I've actually got a pretty cool thing here I have to show. Let me open this. It is a video of an unboxing of one of the prizes by the winner of the marble and fruit snacks.
Yes,
So
this was the prize from a few weeks
I
ago.
was just sent this, so we're gonna take a second here while I get this game set up and show this. This is the kind of cool stuff that the SC2CTL has inspired here as we involve in these goofy prizes that are fun. So here it is, real quick.
Hi there.
In the meantime,
this is James
oh, you got it pulled up now?
Yep.
Okay.
Doing this video in order, well, because I kind of want something from the SC2CTL. Their website here. Here's their roster, which is kind of cool. These guys are pretty great. They made all this by themselves, one person with help with 2 casters. For a team league that has both bronze, silver, gold, masters, and grandmasters. My team,
our game set up here.
Is in the Masters Grandmaster. Currently we're in the playoffs right here, which is really cool. So what they do is they do little giveaways throughout their
I'm just
streams.
gonna skip ahead here now as we're ready to the actual unboxing.
Give away extra stuff. Little cool marble. I used to play with these back when I was a kid. And the picture seemed a lot bigger, but it's a little too tough. Fruit snacks. So I'll be happy eating those next time I'm watching the SC2CTL. Hopefully with my team playing in it. Other than that, that's it for me. Thank you guys. Thank you, Troy.
So that was a fun little video from one of the winners of the prizes that we give away. That was a couple weeks ago, a marble and a pack of fruit snacks. So big thanks to Fosta from Pulse Esports for providing that for us. We're happy to see that you received your prize and you are enjoying that marble.
Absolutely. I hope those fruit snacks were delicious as well. Big thanks to Even Woman, who was able to send that out and provides all the prizes in addition to working his butt off to get this league going, getting the bracket set up, getting everything organized, dealing with just every dispute that comes up. He's working enough to fill 10 people's days. So
he is looking for a helper though, so I believe if you go to reddit.com/r/SC2CTL or SC2CTL.com, there was some a blog post he made there looking for some help for the next season of the league, which will be coming up after this season concludes. So if you have the well-to-do and the willpower and the manpower, do check that out. But with that, do go to sc2ctl.com/code. Our first code we gave out was Red Bull in honor of Red Bull having an event coming up at the end of November for StarCraft, which is really cool. So enter that to win a signed, handwritten letter by Ibanuman himself, the leader and king of all SC2CTL, sent directly to your door. With that, we're going to enter right on into Game 5.
Let's keep it going.
And this is going to be another ZVP. After Kirk was able to bring back a couple wins, our score is 2-2. GinR in the rear versus fLc. I believe the actual team name is fLc. So we don't have any Twitter information of them for anything. So if anyone knows that, go ahead and type it in chat. But we're gonna jump right on in.
Game resumed.
And in the upper right-hand corner, our Protoss player from fLc, it is Ska.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, representing GinR in the rear, getting his team back into this matchup by tying it up at 2-2, it is Kirk.
Scott asking what the score was there. He obviously didn't hear me when I said, since these games are casted from replay, but the score is 2-2, and pretty good clan war here we've got going on. GinR in the rear came out, won 2 in a row. Now fLc coming out winning 2 in a row in themselves to bring it back to a tie game.
So what do you? It looks like the observers here are predicting that we're going to do Baneling drops again out of Kirk. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I mean, it worked out well for him, but also Scott, I mean, off firsthand, I would say that he saw and would know that was coming, but if that were the case, he'd probably also know the score, so it's hard to say if, you know, he was just kind of thrown into this, or if he actually knows what happened in the previous games, but my impression would be that he would know what his opponent did the last game and keep an eye out for that. But it looks like nothing crazy coming out of Kirk at the moment. It's 14 supply, no pool yet. Looks like he's going to put one down here. And so it's going to be a 14 pool from Kirk and a 13 gateway from Ska. Totally normal builds from both players, so it's like we're going to be going into a game here. No cheese, no nothing.
That is going to be a game here.
Well, you know, after an even series like this with a best of 9, you do have a lot of space. So, you know, it's not uncommon in the middle of a series like this for players to bust out some cheese to, you know, throw off a winning streak or to get a winning streak rolling even more. But both players stay in fairly normal here as an expand does come down for Kirk as well.
Yeah, at this point, when your teams are both 2-2, you don't really want to take a risk and let your team go behind. You want to play to the best of your ability to try and get that advantage. And once you have that advantage, then you can try and do something goofy to get a further advantage. But then if you are unable to and you end up giving it a game, then you know you're only tying it back up. You're not actually putting your team behind.
Got to have those balls of steel, Gallegation.
Yeah, you got to think strategically too, though, Wingnut.
Absolutely, but the Cybercore is going down, gas being mined out of one geyser for Ska, so he's going to be getting a warp gate and mothership core here most likely. We'll see if he's got an expansion built into his plan as an Overlord sees exactly what's going on. Zealot finishes, plugs the hole, no scouts will be coming in besides that Overlord. Looks like he's going to be chrono boosting out a Stalker, but that Overlord is going to get away most likely before that Stalker comes out.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Even with the Chrono Boost there.
And Kirk also mining gas, getting up to that 100 gas. His gas was pretty late. He didn't put it down until the pool was finished. So speed, maybe not as early as before, but he did want more minerals, obviously, to get that natural base down right away. He was a quick 3-baser last game, so I wonder if we'll see the same thing. But well, that Overlord is totally safe. So he's going to be saving that for a while to get a scout in later, see what tech choice is coming down with Twilight Council. So DTs? Blink?
One or the other.
I would certainly, like I said last game, predict more DTs than Blink. But if you do a timing with Blink, it can be strong. But in my experience, the roach wall, as I like to call it, tends to be an issue. And also, Blink is more of an all-in as it's this early, but he's going to be putting down a Nexus, or may just be getting Blink for utility. But mining out of double gas, DT is definitely a strong option. We saw it work pretty well the last game.
It sure did. And now there's a Roach Horn going down for Kirk, so he's going to be trying to do some Zergling Roach play here.
Yeah, and he's staying on 2 base too, so you can really get a lot of roaches out really fast if you, yep, and Dark Shrine now coming down, so exactly as I thought. So this is going to be a really good play for Ska, but he's got to get some units to be able to handle these lings and the subsequent roaches while he does his harassment with the Dark Shrine.
This is definitely going to be difficult for Kirk to defend, though, if he doesn't get any observers. As last time when DTs rolled in, he did have Lair already, but this time he's not going to have it. And there are no spores going down, so that could be very difficult for him to deal with if he doesn't catch wind of this soon.
Yeah, Kirk definitely going for a big roach swell here, but some lings do get past the wall of skies. It's not set up yet. Kills a Stalker, kills the Zealot, and the Sentry. So all of the ground units of Ska are dead now, and he does wall off his main ramp there with a pylon, so the lings won't be getting in, but man, they're going to do a ton of damage down here.
Yeah, they really are, and that wasn't a huge ling push, but it was definitely substantial enough to be able to get some big damage down.
Warping in a Sentry now to keep them off that main ramp, but he has no way to even get down here now to be able to save these buildings. I'm surprised he's letting these gateways finish because they are definitely going to die.
And now Ska is attacking the pylon that he put down to try and get out so that he can deal with these lings.
No, Mothership Core going to be coming. He will be able to clean up these lings, but I think if he would have kept focusing on that one gateway instead of that probe, he maybe had been able to get it down, but it's going to be really close now. Oh, it looks like he's going to be able to get it down as he does try and micro away a ling, but no, he's going to lose most of those, but does lose the gateways, and that's going to really put a pinch on his production.
And behind that, Kirk is getting his lair now, so if those DTs don't hit soon, they are going to be able to run into some observers here.
Well, this Overlord is coming in the main base. He's got a rally point set up. He sees the Twilight Council. Now he sees the Dark Shrine, so we're going to see the reaction. 9 roaches coming out. What will he do to prevent these DTs from killing him? It's like nothing so far.
Well, he hasn't seen him yet. As soon as he does, though, he's going to be able to make those observers.
He does have the scout in the main base that has just seen the Dark Shrine, so he knows they're coming.
Fair enough. Yeah, and there's the 2 overseers in production right now.
He was just waiting for that layer to finish, it looks like. So it looks like he is going to be fairly safe for this, although if this third base finishes, the DTs could do quite a bit of damage to it. Oh, no, but
smells it.
The roaches are coming over as well as another drone, so he's going to be putting down a spine crawler, and the overseers are going to come, getting those DTs surrounded so they can't get out. No, not quite surrounded. They were surrounded for a minute.
And they do get cleaned up, but dang, that base did take a lot of damage there.
Yes.
So it wouldn't take much for another run by to take that out.
Yeah, that's definitely a juicy target, but Ska, I mean, he's so far behind. Losing that wall in the early part there and not having the production of those gateways much earlier is, that can set you really far behind, and I feel like PvZ is such a bit of a tedious matchup in itself because this big roach swell that comes out. Now the Spire Switch coming down. Oh my gosh, that's going to be awesome for Kirk as Ska has seen all the roaches, so he's preparing for a big roach push.
And there's only 9 roaches out right now. He's not making any more. He's just getting ready for that Spire, and that's completely going to catch Ska off guard.
Yeah, as you can see, Ska now has his robo finishing up. He put that down almost immediately once he saw those roaches at the third base. +1 attack, a second robo coming. Oh, no, I thought there was a second robo coming down, but it is indeed not. It is Gateway. But he's going to be moving out here. But this Spire's going to be finished, and Kirk has built up a little bit of bank. He's going to be able to make 6 or 7 mutas right away as soon as it finishes. But oh my gosh, 17 roaches in production, 18 roaches in production.
So that Immortal is gonna get its money's worth in kills on those roaches.
It may not get. I don't know if it's going to get its money worth because against 20 some odd roaches, Immortal is quite disadvantaged.
If it's the only thing that goes into that fight, but geez, now Robotics Bay coming in, he's going to be going in for Colossus, so that may end up biting him as well, as mutas are already going to be on the field.
Really excellent force fields there, trapping a couple of roaches, so that's going to keep those roaches out, allow him to focus this hatch down. Great play by Ska.
Absolutely going to be going down.
Those are fantastic force field and an excellent recall. That was a great engagement by Ska. That makes me excited. Those
really
force fields were on point and allowed the army to be zoned out, but now all the roaches are at the front. Time for that Immortal to shine.
Sure is, but it's in the front, there's nothing guarding it, and there's no force fields left, as one of the observers notes. So that does fall, and while he was able to get all his stuff back, it's just not enough to deal with all of these roaches right now. The Photon Overcharge doing Planetary Nexus.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but I'm surprised Kirk did not keep pushing in there, as really he didn't. I mean, there was a DT, so that was going to do endless damage to those roaches, and another Immortal comes out, so he's just, he knows he's ahead and just saving his units. A couple more DTs trying to kill this third base before it gets down again, but that's not going to happen. Kirk in a great spot now. He's got 12 mutas in production.
Yeah, and those are going to do huge damage, as, there's only one Stalker on the field right now, and it does not have Blink.
If we look at units lost real quick, it is almost double for Ska. He's at almost 4,000 resources lost to the 2,000 of Kirk, so he is not trading well at all. Those roaches really put a hurt on Ska.
And that is not a comfortable position to be in, especially when you have all these mutas coming across the map. These mutas are almost certainly going to be ending the game, as there is just nothing to defend.
Oh, man. Yeah, there's just nothing, absolutely nothing. He doesn't even have that many units that shoot up. He does have one Archon, I think, somewhere. Yeah, the Archon is trapped outside the base, so the Archon is so far away. He can even target down the Immortals and just come back in and win with roaches.
And he takes down everything that's shooting up.
Yeah, it looks like he is targeting those Immortals down, the Stalkers down. So, I mean, he's not targeting probes as much, but this is going to really open the door for all the roaches coming up.
And that's going to wipe out the army, which is in turn going to leave these probes undefended, and GG.
Oh man, so that was a rough game for Ska. He just was disadvantaged there for quite a long time, but he had some really great plays. Oh man, that push on that third base with the excellent force fields that zoned out the army, got that hatch down, was just such an awesome play, but he just wasn't able to follow it up as those roaches just hit him hard right when he got back.
Well, while it was a beautiful play, it did not keep Kirk back at his base, which is what he needed to have happen so that he had time to build his army back up and be able to defend against some of that. But he just took so much damage in the early game, and he wasn't able to get back into a position of commanding, and definitely some uninformed decisions, or maybe informed incorrectly by Kirk's planning in terms of getting the unit composition that was just not going to be effective against that Mutapush.
Yeah, Kirk is coming out real strong here. I mean, he's really brought his team back into it, and now winning 3 in a row.